Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube video, which I hope I'll post. It's been a while. I don't really consider myself as someone who was on YouTube. I just kind of opened it and started putting things and then stopped putting things. But I have gotten lots of requests from people that can't come to my classes for a Pilates video, which I think the world needs, YouTube needs. So unlike previous videos where I think they were not on real time, I was editing them, we're gonna do a real-time video. So there will be no editing unless somebody barges into the room or there's like excessive noise in the house, and then I'll have to edit. I've been putting this off for quite a while, but I said, you know what, let's just do a quick half an hour video and maybe it'll benefit someone. I know that there is or there aren't lots of Pilates videos that you can find that's like a flow and that's like a full video and that's real time. And so this is going to be like you're in my class. I do apologize before I start for the things I might say, because I am in a room by myself, speaking to myself. Don't know if anyone's gonna watch this. So things will happen. Anyway. As always in my classes, we're gonna stand up. So we'll start in a standing position. I just wanna make sure I'm on camera properly. Here we go. All right, so let's get started. First of all, you're gonna align yourself, feet underneath your hips, shoulders over the hips, pull the tummy in, relax your shoulders, relax your arms, and we're gonna round it down. So warming up that spine. Inhale. Exhale, drop your chin to chest, and we're gonna round from that upper back. Let your arms be heavy here. Soften your knees. You can keep them straight if you want that extra stretch in the backs of the legs. You're gonna roll down as slow as you can, keeping yourself nice and controlled. You're gonna come all the way as far as you can. Inhale here, look at your feet, align your feet. So you wanna bring them to parallel. Inhale here, exhale, draw the belly button into the spine, like it's reaching the ceiling through that lower back, and start dragging yourself back up. Arms are heavy, shoulders heavy, head is heavy. You're gonna come into your standing position nice and tall, lifting up, shoulders away from the ears here, and then roll the shoulders back and down in case you're hiked up here. Inhale, exhale, round it down. So chin to chest, rounding down. I hope that we can hear me clearly. All the way as far as you can. All right, inhale here, exhale, rounding it up, drawing that belly button into the spine. So I haven't mentioned it yet. We're not gonna go too advanced today. I don't wanna promise and say beginner, because I will try to bring in a few things that might not seem beginner to a beginner. Especially if you are focusing on that form and proper alignment and connection, and you're able to connect, you know how to connect, round it all the way up, then you will feel most of the exercises as I still do, even if they're beginner. Shoulders go back and down. Let's roll the shoulders. 1, breathing through. 2, 3, you're gonna reverse it other way. 1, 2, and 3. All right, we're gonna come to the front of the mat. So we are gonna go through as basic movements as possible today, and then we'll see from then on what I'll be adding. So align your feet with your knees, align your knees with your hips here. Come into a sitting position that feels comfortable for you, where your feet are situated, whether it's away from you or close to you, depends on your ability to stay tall here, shoulders over the hips. Pull the tummy in. You're going to inhale. We're just gonna tuck the pelvis, rolling the hip under. Feel that tailbone go forward. And then you're going to come into your neutral spine. So you might not be able to see anything in my body, but you are tucking, tailbone goes under. You do feel a little bit of that pelvic floor squeeze, the glute squeeze, and then you'll inhale coming into out of the tuck, all right, to neutral. Exhale, tuck, trying to keep it in your lower back. As you can see, I'm not bringing it through the whole spine. 1 more, tuck it. Exhale, inhale, come to your neutral. Now I'm gonna bring my spine along, coming into a rounded spine. Now here, I'm trying to be careful not to bring my shoulders up to my ears here. You do want that little bit of integrity in the upper body. And then you'll inhale, come completely into your neutral. Exhale, tuck and round. Pull the tummy in. Feel the abs here, engage, and then inhale, come into your neutral. And let's do that another 3 times, rounding. Use that exhale here. Inhale, neutral spine, and one more. Exhale, inhale, neutral spine. All right, we're gonna send it a little bit lower. So you're gonna inhale, exhale, tuck, rounding, adjust whenever you need. I'm gonna keep that rounded shape, shoulders away from the ears, arms are straight, parallel to the floor. Slowly test myself, keep rounding as you come down towards the floor. We're not reaching the floor. You're coming to your maximum point before you feel like you're about to collapse. Roll it back up. Now, every time you do this, you'll be able to focus a little bit more on that spine and on that connection and what's happening in the back. A lot of times what I see is, we're coming down again, by the way, what I see is that once you come to a difficult point, the body tends to come out of that rounded shape and you flatten out. And here it becomes a little bit more back exercise. It might be painful for you, might not, depending on your level. So you do want to stay in your rounded shape. And the minute you feel like that pelvis came out of the tuck, you're probably gone a little bit too far for this exercise. So keep rounded. I'm keeping that rib and hip at the front squeezing together as I bring it back, maintaining that distance between rib and hip. All right, shoulders over the hips, come tall. Let's do that 2 more times. Round it here, shoulders down. Exhale, inhale, pause. Exhale, shoulders over the hips, sitting tall. So far we're at beginner, but I am challenging myself. So it is a basic exercise, it is a beginner exercise, but you can make it as hard as you need or as easy as you need coming forward. All right, you're gonna open up the knees, bring the feet together, reach the arms up, and then down. If you're wondering why I laugh, it's because I can feel the mic shift, and I'm so aware of the things on my body right now. All right, so we're gonna straighten the legs. Let's roll it all the way down. So you're gonna straighten your legs, you're gonna squeeze your legs together, point the toes. This is a full body exercise. Most exercises in Pilates may look like a leg exercise, arm exercise, ab exercise, but they're generally full body if you are in your correct form and you're connecting right. So from your tall position, arms forward, shoulders back and down, pull the tummy in, you're sitting tall. This is already work if you're doing it with full engagement. Then you're gonna tuck that pelvis, starting from that lower part of the spine and back. Tailbone pulls under and forward. Keep those legs squeezing into each other so they're working and they're kind of taking the pressure off of that whole abdominal work situation. Everything's working here. You're trying to get to the floor as slow as possible. And for some, this might not be easy at all. Reach the arms back, inhale. And that's totally fine. It's good that something is not easy. You know then what to work on. We're gonna come up, lifting through the shoulders and chest. Tuck the pelvis, use the abs here. Squeeze the legs together, pull it up forward, nice and slow. Come into your C curve. So at some point you forget that you're rounded. You might come back flat. And I wanna remind myself that we're rounded and then come tall. And I like to, in between, come out of a rounded shape so you remind your body what your posture should be like. All right, so inhale. Remember, everything is working. So as you're coming down, you're squeezing the legs together. You're pointing those toes. You're tucking the pelvis. So there is a tuck, there is a rounding. The more you can tuck and the more you can round, the more you'll be able to slow down that exercise. Reach the arms overhead and back. Now, I really don't know if I'm on screen. This video, first video is gonna give me anxiety, I'll tell you that much. All right, pulling it up, shoulders over the hips. Tall, just to make sure that everything is on point. The angle, like I struggle with finding the right angles in videos. And God, I hope this angle is good. If it isn't, if you have suggestions, please let me know in the comments. Round it up. All right, shoulders up, round. Again, same way as you're coming up. Squeeze everything together. Pelvic tuck, glute squeeze, exhale it, round it up and forward. Whew. Did I give you a number? We're doing 2 more, just in case I did. I'm changing it. Tuck and round, squeeze. Now, I will give you a little, what is it called? Cheat to figuring out how to slow yourself down in case you're not able to do it and you have to keep swinging up. Your cheat is, I should probably make a video for that. You're gonna keep your feet against the surface, like a wall or a piece of furniture, something that's not gonna move. And you're gonna bend the knees, push your feet in, so you got that, as if somebody's sitting on your foot. So you want that tension, that hold for your legs, and then you're gonna round it down. And it's gonna be a little easier, hopefully. Do I have one more? I don't know. Let's go back up, inhale, exhale. Reach up. Okay, we're gonna come all the way down. We're gonna stay down. Exhale, round it down, go at your own pace, bring it all the way down, adjust yourself, come to your neutral spine. What happens when you roll down? Your initial position most probably is not your neutral spine. So adjust yourself where you feel awkward. You want the ribs relaxed and the back of the ribs on the floor. You want your hips nice and stable. You do preferably want to be in that neutral pelvis, but I'm not going to be picky about it because I just want you to focus on your back and not lifting off the floor too much. So being able to engage. And not a lot of people can connect with their engagement unless they're in a tuck. And you know what? That's okay. For now, that's okay. So you're gonna come up to your tabletop, one leg at a time, knees over the hips, trying to keep them over the hips. So if they're too far in, you're gonna release the abs. If they're too far away, it's gonna be too heavy for your back and abs, for your core, right? So you want those legs together. We're gonna bring the arms up for our dead bugs. You're gonna do opposites. Please remember it's opposites. This is usually the problem. Right arm, left leg. Reach it back. You don't need to touch the floor. The game is, stay on the same side so we don't get confused. Inhale, reach them out and reach them down as far as you can handle. What that means is, same side, is that you're pressing your back down, you're engaging the abs, all right? And you're moving the arm and leg down as far as you can, slowly. See how slow I'm going? Don't go faster than me. Press the back down, reaching down, only as far as you can maintain the ab connection and the back against the floor. If there's a tiny, very tiny lift, that's okay, but you want to keep pressing the back down. Now, if you've reached so far so that it's too heavy for your core to handle and you're coming into an arch or you're disconnecting from your abs, that's too far. Don't touch the floor. Don't aim for the floor. All right, pull it back. I think this is 4. And inhale, reach. Now, to make this a little harder, you can straighten that leg. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. And if you feel like straight leg is too heavy and your back is lifting, stay in your bent knee. That's 5. Now, if you're in a bent knee position, gosh, I'm talking too much. Exhale, pull. If you're in a bent knee position, make sure your thigh is moving away from you and then your thigh is pulling back and you maintain 90-degree angle in that knee if you're keeping that bent knee position. Here's 6, I think. Let's do 4 more. Back is pressing down. Inhale, pause, exhale, pull it back. All right. You want to make sure breath pattern matters. What matters more is that your pull, your effort here, this pull here, as you bring everything back, is an exhale. Let's do 1 more. Inhale. Find your max, right? You're going to do the other side. All right, left arm, right leg. Send it down. Find or pick out whether you're going to straighten your leg or not. Press the back down, engage, send the left arm, right leg. Use that breath, pull it back. Send it down. Press the back down. If you're hearing barking, it's because my window's open and that dog is barking. Ooh, exhale, pull it in. All right, I lost count. Let's do 5 more. Inhale. I think we would be shocked if I didn't lose count. 4, press the back down. And reach. Use that breath. If you feel like as you're going, your back starts lifting, probably because you're getting exhausted and those abs are getting exhausted, change your movement. Shorten your range. It's always okay to change what you're doing. You don't need to stick to one rule. You might have started with straight legs. You can continue in bent knees. All right, hug your knees into your chest. I think that was 10. Breathe. Release your back here. Hopefully you're feeling your abs and you were doing it correctly. Bring the feet down close to the glutes, right? So close to the body here. Legs are not glued together. They are a hip distance apart. Knees are aligned with your hip bones. Feet are down, planted. Arms are down, press them down. Shoulders relaxed on the floor. You're going to lift up, so I'm going to articulate my spine upwards into that bridge position. Inhale here. Exhale, we're gonna go slowly, so please, with my cueing, first you're gonna tuck your pelvis, press your back down, right? So push that back down. That gap between lower back and floor has flattened. You've lifted your tailbone off the floor. You've squeezed your glutes a little bit. This might be a little hard just yet. Arms are down. Then, once you've got that maximum tuck, and you can't tuck further, this is your maximum point, you're gonna lift hips up. All right, keep tucking. You're gonna lift, and why we're going slowly and step by step is because what happens is people rush through it and they're not in a proper tuck. They come up all the way and they come into an arch, really. Even if they don't feel like they're in an arch, you start feeling your lower back. I don't wanna feel the lower back. So if you go step by step with me from that tuck, that glute squeeze, you will then mid-back lift, come all the way, hips lift you up. You will then feel the right muscles, which is the glutes. If your arms are pressing down correctly, you should be feeling a little bit of triceps, shoulders. Your rib and hip is connected at the top here, so think of ribs and hips squeezing. Arms down, inhale here, exhale, rounding down upper back, mid back, lower back, release the pelvis. All right, guys, sorry, I had to cut the video. Unfortunately, I did say I wasn't gonna edit, but you heard the door knocking. All right, so we're gonna tuck, arms down, lifting the hips, and then we're gonna lift the lower back, mid back, upper back, using the glutes here, press the feet down. Inhale, exhale, rounding through that upper back, mid back, lower back, and then release your pelvis. All right, inhale here, shoulders down, exhale, tuck. Lifting up, press your feet into the floor like you're pushing the floor downwards. All right, lifting all the way up. Here you're gonna stay up. We're gonna squeeze the glutes up, feeling that glute connection. Squeeze your ribs and hips together here so you've got that ab connection away from the lower back. Arms are pressing now, shoulders are open. Then you're gonna imagine that you're pulling the floor towards your head with the feet. So get that pull on the floor with the feet. Get into the hamstrings. You should feel them a little bit more. Inhale. Keep pulling as you're rounding back down. Bring the upper back down. Bring the mid back down. Bring the lower back down and release the pelvis. Okay. Once you're down, hug your knees into your chest. Breathe it out here. Breathe, 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 breathe. All right. Let's come to our side. And I love side work, and I love this oblique work that we're gonna do. Bring the arm underneath your head. Bring the legs together, glue them together, bring them to the front corner of the mat. Point the toes together, all right? So they're glued and they're pointed. Top hand can stay down for that support, for that base. You can lift it up if you want that extra struggle with your balance, or if you feel like it's getting easier, right? So you're gonna squeeze those legs together. We're gonna pull the tummy in away from our shirt, and you're gonna lift the legs up. Make sure when you lift the legs, your legs don't go backwards and they're in front of you towards the front corner of the mat. And then you'll tap it down nice and slow. Keep them glued. What I see usually is that the legs separate. Squeeze as high as you can. Sometimes you don't get enough height. Sometimes the legs go way far back. Pull the tummy in here. Inhale, tap. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Sometimes ankles and feet are separated, so you do want to glue those legs together. And down. 5. And tap it down. 6. Thinking of the oblique, that rib and hip. Squeezing to lift the legs up. 7. Tap it down. 8. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Tap it down. 9. Squeeze. And down. 10. Squeeze. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it down. All right. Pop up onto your hand. All right. So you're going to press your bottom leg down into the floor, point the toes. We're going to lift the top one up. Now, the one thing you are focusing on here is to exhale it up, inhale it down. That top hip bone is not sliding backwards, okay? You want to stack it over the bottom hip bone. Exhale and down. 5 and down, meaning 6 and down. If your hip bone is backwards, you are going to get into other muscles. You can lift higher. I want it stacked so we can get into that side. 7. Press your bottom leg down to stabilize. 8. 9. 10. Hold it here, hand down. You know, I really don't know why I kept the window open. Circles. Point the toes, you're drawing circles here. Tiny circles. I would say it's not a tennis ball or a basketball. Find something in between. What is it? A Pilates, the small Pilates ball. All right, keep drawing circles. Press your leg down. Be mindful of the direction of the circle because we are going to switch it up in 2 and 1, and then you're going to reverse it other way. 1, 2, keep breathing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Point the toes. 9. With control. 10. Keep it up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know it's an easy looking exercise. Drop it down. Ooh, stretch. I had leg day yesterday, so my legs are pretty tired. All right, so we're gonna come into a side plank. Elbows underneath your shoulder. Keep that palm nicely grounded. You can come onto both legs bent depending on your level, or you can bend the bottom leg. I'm gonna go ahead and come to straight legs. And if you're in straight legs, you want your top leg in front of the bottom leg on the floor so you have proper base. Inhale, I'm gonna pull away from that floor. Exhale, hips go up. Hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the hips down. We'll end it there for today. Walk it up. Stretch that side if you felt it. All right, you're gonna cross that top leg over. So keep your right leg where it is. Cross the top leg over. Pull the knee into the chest and push the hip down. So just settle down basically. Pull the knee into your chest. Get a stretch on that side. Glute and breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. and then you're gonna switch it up. So swing your legs all the way to the other side. We're gonna do the same thing. So onto the obliques. Ooh, got to fix that mic. So arm is straight. Hand is either down for support, you bring it up. Legs are straight, glued together. Point the toes, front corner of your mat. Align your head with your spine so you don't feel that neck too much. Inhale, pull the tummy in. Exhale, pull it up. 1. Inhale, tap. Exhale, 2. And tap. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure the legs are together. 9, pinching up here. Get higher if you can. 10, you're holding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it down, pop up onto your hands. So today I'm not feeling great. I feel like I'm fighting some kind of cold. Press your bottom leg down into the floor. Been loading up, hip bone stacked, on vitamins. I was like, you know what? If I use that as an excuse and not do a video, I am never doing this video. And 3, pull the tummy in and down. And 4, and down. I'll do a complete basic one. 5, 6. Press your bottom leg down to keep it working and anchor the body. Is that 7? 8, 9, 10. Hold. We're gonna make circles here. Keep the toes pointed. 1, 2, 3. Now, as that leg is moving, quite small, controlled, bottom leg is controlling as well. You're pulling the abs in. 5, 6. You can use the hand down to keep yourself more stable. And let's do one more and reverse it because I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull the tummy in. 7. Breathing through. 8, 9. Feel my throat. 10. We held it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I do forget what I've done on the other side. Usually that happens too. 6, 7, amongst other things. 8, 9, 10. Ooh, stretch that leg. So bend it, foot into the hip. Push the hip forward. Alrighty, straighten that leg. We came to side planks, I believe. You guys can't correct me, unfortunately, unlike my class. In class, I get corrected. Oh, you forgot to count this and that. All right, pull the tummy in, top leg in front of the bottom leg if you're on straight legs. If not, you can bend your knees. Pull that tummy. Exhale, control, lifting up the hip and the leg. Don't let the leg stay down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it down. All right, walk it up. Side stretch. Breathe, cross that top working leg over and hug your knees into your chest. Ooh, hug, hug, hug. Stretch it out, breathe. We're gonna do one on our hands and knees, and then we'll just stretch it out for today. All right, so you're gonna bring your hands and knees down on the floor. Hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. You wanna make sure they're not glued together, so they're right aligned with the hip bones here. All right, so curl the toes under. You're gonna connect rib and hip at the front. So you want that connection, that little bit of squeeze. If you feel like you've rounded, it's fine. That's fine, it's better than arching. Shoulders away from the ears, you're gonna inhale. Exhale, lift up the knees and we're gonna hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Knees come down, hips go back. Stretch it out into your resting position, forehead goes down. Breathe, relax here. And then come up. Let's come down all the way to the floor. Okay, let me get my... All right. So hands next to you, forehead down. Elbows pulled right next to your body. Squeeze your legs together, point the toes. Before you start in this position, I will always cue your abs being engaged. So pull your belly button away from the floor like you're trying to lift it. You'll feel a glute squeeze, a pelvic tuck, just a little pelvic tuck here. That's fine. Keep it. You're going to inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, and then exhale, melt it down. Now, the lift is not through the head, so keep your gaze on the floor. You're looking down at the floor. Your forehead is parallel to the floor. As you lift up, it's a very little lift for now. And let's go up again. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the back of your neck long, meaning you're not looking up. You're not looking forward. You're not trying to lift that head up too much. Keep the back of your neck long. All right, come up again. Inhale. You're going to stay here. We're going to use the arms. So you're going to push the arms down. Elbows stay down. You're going to push the arms down, the elbows down. You're going to push the hands down. We're getting a little bit of height. You can look at the front of your mat, but still we're looking down. And then you'll exhale, melt it all the way to the floor. Articulating, kind of like a reverse articulating. Like usually we do it on our backs. Now we're lifting 1 inch at a time. In that prone position, exhale, melt it down, control the drop. Inhale, lifting up, push the floor here. This time I'm gonna add, so if this is the most comfortable you'll be, stay here. If you can, keep your hands where they are, don't move them. Keep the hands exactly where they are. Try and lift the elbows off the floor. Shoulders away from the ears. You've straightened those arms. You might feel your lower back a little bit. You might feel perfectly amazing with the stretch. Depends on the day, right? Elbows come down first, so get the arms to work. Elbows come down first, and then the chest and the head. Reach the legs together. Let's do it again. Inhale. Pull the tummy in, lifting up on the inhale. Push the floor, get that height. Lift the elbows, keep those hands planted down, shoulders away from the ears so we're not here. Shoulders down, pull the tummy in as much as you can to avoid lower back playing too much. Elbows come down first. And then exhale, melt it down. One last one, inhale. And lift. Shoulders down. And exhale. Good. Curl your toes under. Pull your hands next to your chest. Elbows go up. Pull the tummy in. We're going to push yourselves up into our half plank. And then you're going to push yourself into your resting position. So hips go back towards the heels. Get a stretch. Your forehead comes down. Keep the toes curled under so we can stretch out the feet. And then you're going to walk your hands towards your knees. Push the floor away here, opening up the shoulder blades. And then you're going to push yourself onto your feet. It's okay if you lose balance. Try to bring the heels down. So if you can't, that's going to be your goal for the next sessions, trying to bring the heel down. And then lift the hips up, stretching out the backs of the legs, straightening the legs, fold forward. You can soften the knees to roll the spine up. So round it all the way up. Shoulders go back and down. Breathe. And you'll do it again. Shoulders go back and down. And one more. All right. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions with production, please let me know. And I'll see you guys, hopefully, inshallah, on the next video. So take care. Have a great week. Bye.